Welcome everyone to my channel, Alien Diamonds. Today I'm doing a WIP and chat. For those who don't know, WIP just stands for Work in Progress. So I'm going to be working on this. You can either watch as you work on your own thing or just listen in the background as you do dishes or go on a drive or whatever you want. I'm currently working on a kit from Amazon. It was called The Colorful Planets. It is a 35 by 55 centimeter with 24,006 drills. It's a round drill with 30 colors. And I am on, I think I put this in 10 sections, so I'm 7 out of 10. And I've been enjoying this kit a lot. It is very pretty. It is very space thing. I think I kitted this up the day after it arrived, so I was a little nervous about ordering it. I ordered this one and one other from the same seller, and they had like 2 weeks shipping time. And they were definitely more pricey for, like, as far as Amazon kits go. So I was a little nervous about how they'd turn out, but I really like the renderings. They are double-sided adhesive, it's the first time I've ever worked with double-sided adhesive, and I did not realize it when I first opened it, and I rolled this one backwards, and then saw some of the, like, river, like, crease lines show up in the thing, and I was like, oh crap. But luckily it wasn't like ruined. There were just some like minor creases in the adhesive that I'm pretty sure like they were all up at the top, so I think they're covered up. And they're fine. But the other one is gorgeous, and now I want to save up some money to buy some more from this company because they actually offer larger sizes. All of their images they offer in multiple sizes, and so I got the 40 by 60, but that's the size of the canvas, not the image. And they offer up to, I don't know how many centimeters it is, but it's 20 by 30 inches. So there's a few images I've seen from that seller that are like have more detail in them that I want to get at that larger size point, but I wanted to get some of their a smaller one first before I spent money and then found out that I didn't like the quality. But despite it being double-sided adhesive, I've been enjoying it. It hasn't. I was really worried when I first opened it and realized that, but so far it hasn't been an issue. I mean, it's a little annoying because, like, you can't move the drills around very well if you place them in the wrong spot. But I'm not super particular about my drill placement anyway, so that's fine. Other than this situation with this canvas and the other I got from the seller, my wife finally finished her magnets. The frog and mushroom ones. They're all here. I'm not going to pull them out right now. But I think I got them for her back in March or April. And she finally finished them. She actually finished them like a week and a half ago. I just forgot to mention it in my previous WIP and chat. But after she did those, I was like, so do you want me to find you some more magnets or like stickers or coasters, or do you want to try doing like a 30 by 40? And she's like, you know what, I think I'll try a 30 by 40. And I was like, okay. And I was like, so, like, what do you, like, what theme do you want? She was like, I don't know, anime or Pokemon. And I was like, okay. So, like, I looked for some of the stuff on Amazon, and, I mean, they really don't have that many options, and, like, there's the whole, I'm pretty sure none of the stuff there is licensed. So I was just iffy about doing that. I'm pretty sure that Jaded Gem Shop has a Pokemon fan art one, but I don't know if it would be a 30 by 40, and I didn't want to have to wait for a super long like shipping time to get my wife something else to work on. But I kept like looking every day on Amazon, just scrolling through different things, trying to use like different search terms, but I wasn't seeing anything that like stood out to me. And then a few days later, she was like, did you find something to get me yet? And I was like, no. You know, I was like, I'll keep looking. I just haven't found anything good yet. And then later that night, we were sitting on the couch and she suddenly turned her phone to me and she had Amazon open and had like a listing pulled up and she was like, "Can I get this one?" And I looked at it and I was like, I already have that one. And she was like, "Wait, you do?" And I was like, "Yeah, I already have that one." So I was like, "Yeah, you can have that one, I guess. I'll have to find something else similar to it to do for myself, but you can have it." I know that I missed an 8. And it's actually one of the ones that I just opened in my Amazon haul from a few weeks ago. So it's like one of my newest ones. But I've seen others that are similar to it on Amazon, so I'll just get another one for myself. But it's this one. So it's this teacup one, and she's already done the first section of it. And we've still just been doing it while watching My Hero Academia. Is what we're currently watching. It is a little trickier because before, when she was working on magnets, like she didn't, she could just we just have like a small whiteboard that she would just stick the magnets to and just work on that on her lap, and then I would use we have like a side table that I would diamond paint on. But now that we're both doing full canvases, it's been a bit of a hassle to try to figure out exactly like where to put things. I skipped these. Oh well, I'll go back to them eventually. But yeah, she did the first section. She did that over the course of 2 separate nights. But she was like, "I feel so slow. I'm sorry I'm so slow at this." And I'm like, "You being slow at it means I don't have to buy you as many diamond paintings." Which, not that I have a problem with buying her diamond paintings, or like her taking some of them out of my stash, but like, it's also like, what? I don't care if it takes her longer. That's not like an issue. Speaking of other people finishing diamond paintings, so my roommate also finished the diamond painting she had been working on. She has a set of 4. That's, oh hey, perfect. I was like, dang it, I missed an F, but then I found an F. A drill of the right color sitting right there. Anyways, my roommate, because she has a set of 4, that's 1 for each season, and she just finished the summer one. She doesn't want to start the fall one until it's actually fall. Now she doesn't know what to work on, because she does have some other diamond paintings besides the other season ones, but they were ones that she had gotten for Christmas. One of them was from her mother-in-law, and the other one of them was from her mother-in-law, and the other one was from her husband. But they're both like square customs for Amazon, so they're square acrylic drills, and the drill field is kind of crap. And so she's actually already done one of those custom ones. She had 3 originally. Now she only has 2. And so she was trying to work on that because she was like, well, I don't want to start the fall season one until it's actually fall. So I'll work on this one. But she was getting frustrated with it, which I think is totally fair. I think I would have gotten frustrated with it too. But then she's like, but it's a picture of my daughter. Like, I don't want to throw it away. And her husband was like, I don't care if you throw it away. I won't be offended, because it was the one that he'd gotten her. But I understand her hesitation in throwing it away. And she's like, I'll try working on it again in a few months. But that means that right now she doesn't know what to work on, because she doesn't want to work on that one. And then she doesn't want to start the fall one until it's fall. So she's like, what am I supposed to work on? And I don't have a holiday or anything to randomly justify me buying her a diamond painting, even though I thought about it. See, because I'd gotten her ones for her birthday, and then I got her one around Mother's Day because she had the same issue where she'd finished the spring one, but it wasn't quite summer yet, so she didn't want to start the summer one. So I'd gotten her one for Mother's Day, but there's no other holidays coming up, so I don't know what to do. I just feel bad because, I mean, I enjoy diamond painting with her, and right now if she doesn't have diamond painting to work on, then we can't exactly diamond paint together. Last of the diamond painting stuff before we move on to my toddler I guess there's a few things actually. So, Diamond Art Club releases, there wasn't anything specific that interested me. I was a little interested in Sipping with Shadow by Au Claire Studios. I think that's a pretty image, but I think it's way too dark. Like, I don't think I'd enjoy doing it, even though it's a nice image. Restocks, though. These? I don't understand why Diamond Art Club does this to me. They restocked 3 canvases that were on my wish list and like specifically marked to get notifications for, being Cottagecore Witch by is that by Rita Konya? I don't remember. Manny, God of the Moon. I want that one so bad. And Big Sis by Ivy Dollamore. But if I wanted to get all of them, it'd be like $200 before taxes. And I can't do that. And I can't even really buy one right now. But mine and my wife's wedding anniversary is next month. And I was like, hey, so what do we want our gift budget to look like for that? And she's like, I don't know, like $50 to $75. And I was like, so you want to get me a diamond painting? And I let her pick one of those 3. I don't know which one she picked. I know she didn't get Manny God of the Moon, though, because she doesn't care for that. Even though I really want that one. So, next month, though, which is only in a few days now, if it's still in stock, I might have to get it for myself. Because he's gorgeous. He's absolutely stunning. And, like, I have enough women. I have so many portraits of, gorgeous women in my diamond painting stash. Specifically from Diamond Art Club. But that man. I wanted to get him when he first released. But I didn't have budget for it then either. I just never have enough budget for anything. Anyways. I feel like I've been diamond painting so slowly recently, or just not doing that much. Because I have my current 2 WIPs are this one and then Apothecary Shop by Claudia McKinney from Diamond Art Club. I haven't touched that one in nearly a week, I think. It is very confetti heavy, which, like, with that specific painting, I knew that going into it. But I think I'm only like a little over a quarter of the way done with it. It's less than a third, but more than a quarter. And so, like, that canvas might actually take me like 3 months to do. I've been enjoying it when I do sit down to work on it, but I just haven't actually worked on it a ton. And when I do it, it is slow. Like, it takes me 2 hours to do one of those 10 by 10 centimeter sections that Diamond Art Club has set. And normally that size would take me like an hour to an hour and a half. So, yeah, that's definitely like going to be a longer project. This one I've been doing just a section a day. So, if I do that, I should finish it by the last day of the month and be able to count it towards my finishes in this upcoming month in review, which I probably will try to post this week. I'll probably just film it Friday, and then editing those videos takes longer, so I might not post it till Saturday. But I like posting 2 videos a week, and I just don't know what else I have no other ideas for, like, other videos to film besides that one. So it's going to be a little later than normally my second video would be, but I think that's fine. Moving on from diamond painting stuff. Earlier this past week, my roommate had pulled out like paints to get a handprint of her daughter, and my kid was like, I want to paint. I was like, okay, I have no idea where my paints are, because I have so many acrylic paints. And my roommate was like, oh, well, he can just use my watercolors. I have some old watercolors from high school that he can use. And I was like, I mean, if you're okay with that, then sure. So she went and grabbed those, and since then, he has been asking to paint every single day. And specifically, asking to do it, like, over asking for screen time. Because normally when he first wakes up, he's like, I want to watch videos. But this past week, he's been like, I want to paint. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. And lucky for me, it's been not too messy. I mean, it's watercolor paint, so even, like, you know, if he spills it, it's pretty simple to clean up. But he's pretty good at keeping it on the paper. I mean, the palette of paints is a mess. All of the colors are mixed together now, but my roommate said that, like, it's his palette. She does not care at all, and, like, she doesn't need it for anything, so it's his now. But I did tell my sister, because I was like, I don't know how long this one palette of paints is going to take. So I asked one of my sisters, I was like, have you bought him a birthday present yet? Were you planning to buy him a birthday present? And she's like, yeah, I was planning on it, but I haven't gotten anything yet. I was like, he needs some watercolor paint. So she was like, got it. Got you. His birthday's way too soon. It's coming up way too soon. We're celebrating it. We're celebrating it in 2 weeks. Just because that's the only time that worked for, like, everybody who we wanted to invite. Yeah, so he's been having a blast painting, and all the time, like, we'd be up in the dining table and, you know, have all his paint stuff out while I'm doing my own thing, and he'll randomly look up and be like, I love painting. Painting is so much fun. And I'm like, great. And then, like, he'll comment on his own things, and he's like, wow, it's beautiful. So many colors. I love this kid. He's very sweet. We've also just, see, the other day, was it? I think it was Sunday. He randomly asked to play with Legos. And we were like, sure, we'll pull out the Legos. And both me and my wife were like, okay, sure, we'll play with Legos with you. And I ended up making him a fire truck, a school bus, a garbage truck, and a police car. I don't know where his police car went. They're all sitting here, just off to my right, except for the police car. And after I made those for him, then he wasn't interested in any of the other Legos anymore. Which, yeah, he loves his vehicles, and I'm not gonna stop him. We're having a garbage truck themed birthday party, so, you know, that's what we're dealing with here. And then after that, because that was in the morning, and then later that night, my brother had texted me and was like, hey, can I borrow all your guys' Nerf guns? Because we have way too many Nerf guns. And I guess he's doing, like, a Nerf gun fight or something with his friends. And so he had texted to see if he could come over today. He's coming over later today to pick them up. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be here, but I'll let my wife know, and I'll, like, get them out and set them aside so that you can just come grab them. But then, of course, our kids saw them and was like, I want to play with those. But the trigger is, all the triggers are a little too, like, hard for him to pull. So he would, like, load them up and then hand them to me, run to the opposite side of the room and say, shoot me, Dad! So that's how we spent the night. Until, you know, his bedtime. I guess they're probably similar enough to water guns to him that I was shocked that he didn't get hurt. Because, like, I was reluctant to shoot him, but finally, like, when he stepped farther back, I was like, okay, but, you know, obviously, I expected him to cry the first time I shot him, but I shot him, and he went, huh, and then just started laughing, and then brought the bullet back to me and was like, again, shoot me again. So, yeah, that's, it's been a fun weekend, a fun week, specifically with my kiddo. One other thing that has been preventing me from diamond painting as much is that I've had the itch to sew for like probably the past month or more. I used to sew a lot, but just like I sewed a bunch of baby clothes and like 1 to 18, pretty much like newborn to 18-month size clothes before a toddler had been born, and like after he was like as he was an infant. But then I haven't touched my sewing machine in almost a year. But I've had the itch to sew, so finally, the problem I was having was that I couldn't think of anything to sew. Like I wanted to sew, but I didn't know what project to do. I finally thought of something, which I'm not going to say here, but I'll probably mention it at some point, but I'm not going to mention it right now. And so I spent pretty much all weekend sewing, just because I used a bunch of scrap fabric, which was nice because I have way too much scrap fabric that takes up way too much room in my toddler's closet. But I used up a bunch of it. There's still a ton more. I mean, realistically, I probably only used not even a tenth of it. But hey, a little bit, like, it was still a lot, even if it wasn't a large percentage. And I do want to keep sewing some more, but the thing that I wanted to sew, I sewed 65 of. And then I was like, okay, that's enough this weekend. But I do plan to make some more of them, because I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm being vague. I'm sorry. Yeah, that definitely also contributed to me not diamond painting as much, because sewing takes up a lot of time. And especially when you're sewing the same thing over and over again. I mean, I did like assembly line style where I cut out a bunch of them, and then I ironed a bunch of them, and then I sewed a bunch of them. So that I don't need that color. I still need to do D. Anyways, I think that is all I have to talk about. So thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you again in another video. My next video should be my month in review for July. Can't believe it's already the end of the month, but yeah. I'll talk to you later. Bye.